Okay, so welcome to today's video. I'm here live from the 8.0 Honkai beta, and I'm here to bring you new information about Miss Mini Durandal, who's coming version 8.0, which should be next Thursday on the 9th of January. And yeah, let's get right into the video. So, Mini Durandal is our 8.0 character. She's a physical imaginary character that uses the Javelin weapon type. And she introduces us to her fourth new Astral Ring specialization called Law of Ascension, or the QTE Astral Ring, because you charge it by using QTEs. Very cool. We'll talk about the Astral Ring after. So, since she has the Law of Ascension specialization, she can be supported by characters that have the Heavenly Shift tag, which is Sparkle, Vita, and Songtre, as of right now. If we get a future character that also has the Heavenly Shift attribute, they will be able to support her as well. If you don't have two of these three characters, you can use Coralie or her share of finality with her Divine Key for the time being, because her bosses are so weak that you can get by with even using them. Her optimal team, Mini Durandal, Songcha Sparkle, Vita, still very good, still of course usable. She is a second choice. If you have Songcha Sparkle, use the two of them, but Vita will only get like 20 points lower. It's not that big of a difference. Still, remember, Songcha Sparkle are her best team for right now. She offers shield break for both part 2 and part 1 teams. She restores SP for herself, which is good because her ultimate is very strong, because part of Mini Durandal's kit is like specifically dedicated to fighting imaginary bosses. So part of her kit, as well as her weapon passive, allows her to immediately damage the imaginary boss Niculus Seed, and it really makes fighting imaginary bosses much easier. When it comes to being a part to support, not is she only supported by the Heavenly Shift attribute, but she has it herself, that whenever we get another Law of Ascension character, which we're getting soon, because right as I'm recording this video, they revealed Kiana to be for 8.1 and she has the Law of Ascension tag. Mini Durandal will most likely be one of her viable supports. Because of the Harmonized Shadow Star attribute, she can support characters with the Wheel of Destiny specialization, that's Telema, Songtra, and Lantern, and she has the question mark attribute, which means whenever we get our next 5th Astral Ring, she'll be able to support them. On top of that, she is a support for part 1 physical teams. She replaces Prometheus in all working, functioning part 1 teams. 07 Prometheus, you've served as well. She is a pretty good improvement over Prometheus. From my testing, raw damage is like 12 versus 15 million, so pretty good, right? For AstralOps, I tested out S Serapam, SS Serapam, 3-star Project Bunny, Dreamseeker, and Songtre S. Not surprisingly, SS Serapam comes in first, S Serapam comes in second, and then Project Bunny 3-star and Dreamseeker SS are only like a little bit behind, and I mean a little bit. The only one that falls a bit behind is Songtre, but that's to be expected because she's an elemental astral op. Just one thing that I want to say to people who might be unfamiliar with how astral ops work: when you look at this chart that I've put on the screen, you might think, oh, well, the difference in damage is not that big, and it isn't, but the biggest advantage to Serapam, Songtre, and any future limited astral ops we might get isn't the raw damage output, but the fact that they help restore astral ring intensity much faster, which means you'll be able to activate Stellar Outburst faster. This new astral ring called Law of Ascension, or basically the QTE astral ring, you charge intensity fastest by casting QTEs. It takes 200 intensity on Mini Durandal to activate Stellar Outburst, and when the leader is a Law of Ascension character, it gives all characters with the Heavenly Shift attribute access to what is called the Super QTE, or in official terms, Stellar Shift. Vita, Songcha, and Sparkle Sparkle have new skills in the skills menu, so don't forget to activate them. Songcha has the biggest difference in the sense that she has a new animation during Stellar Outburst. And outside of Stellar Outburst, whenever you switch her in via a QTE, her combo attack meter is fully charged, and after you cast it, you get an additional 3 stacks back. This Astral Ring works differently than the other ones in mainly 2 ways. First one is that Stellar Outburst ends as soon as you cast it, but don't worry, the characters are buffed depending on when you switch them in. So whenever you switch in Vita, she stays buffed for 7 seconds, Songcha and Sparkle are buffed for 6 seconds, and Mini Durandal is buffed for 10 seconds. This is really good because you can continue charging Stellar Outburst as soon as you cast it, while for other Astral Rings, you have to firstly wait for Stellar Outburst to end, and then you can only continue charging it, so this one makes it a lot faster. For the second and biggest difference between this and the other Astral Rings is the fact that unlike the other Astral Rings, it makes no difference who you cast Stellar Outburst on. For the other Astral Rings, there's like a set rotation in stone, and like 97-98% of the time, you're going to be triggering Stellar Outburst on the DPS and the team. While for this Astral Ring, it makes absolutely no difference, because no matter which character you trigger Stellar Outburst on, you get access to all 3 characters as QTE, so you can choose which one you want to cast first, and then you can do the other 2. So the hardest part of the video for me, which is where I say my final thoughts on Mini Durandal and what I think you should do, I'm gonna be honest, I like the character, I like the new Astral Ring, she's pretty simple and fun to use, she has 3 supports, as of right now, she's probably gonna get more sooner or later, and on top of that, you can't actually use Finality with her Divine Cure Coralie because her bosses for whatever reason are very weak, but unfortunately, I have to say, either save for 8.1 or wait until the Chinese server gets 8.1 to see which banners are coming out, because 8.1 will be the global anniversary plus, I'm pretty sure, Chinese New Year celebrations. So this is literally the biggest patch of the year, the most events, the biggest events, most free polls. Usually we have reruns for both characters and AstralOps. So I'm gonna be honest, I do understand that it's really exciting to roll for a character as soon as they come out, but when you're an F2P or a low spender, you do have to think a little bit ahead, so that's why I would suggest not wishing immediately for the character as soon as she comes out, but wait a couple of days to a couple of weeks, so like 2 to 3 weeks, until we get official news from the Chinese server to see whether she's gonna have a rerun 8.1. If she does have a rerun version 8.1 during the spending event, then just roll for her 8.1, right? Vita and Sparkle both had a rerun, the patch right after they came out, version 3. Weeks 3 to 4. So Mini Durandal, if she follows the same pattern, she should have a rerun weeks 3 to 4 version 8.1. Again, I would actually recommend the character, especially if you have Sparkle, Songcha, Vita. But for the time being, I would recommend saving, because 8.1 is literally going to be the biggest version of the year. Okay, so that was the guide. Honestly, pretty simple. Mini Durandal, not a complicated character at all, pretty straightforward. New Astral Ring, pretty easy to navigate as well. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment. I always try my best to respond, but sorry if it takes me like 10 days. If you do wish, I understand. Genuinely, I wish you the best of luck. If you're saving, good, me too. I'm so tempted to get the character. I want her so bad because she's so fun to play, but I'm gonna have to save for the time being for the anniversary and hope she gets a rerun. Yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Happy New Year! Oh my god, Happy New Year. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye!
もし君に決めた